Oh boy, a lot has happened. Before you finish your comment, yes, I know I have a German accent, thanks for telling me again, I almost forgot, and yes, Terror Incarnate will miss timing if you link it away. Okay, now with like 80% of the comments already dealt with, let's start talking. By the way, I'm just joking, you can comment whatever you want. I was this close to quitting Yu-Gi-Oh! Completely. But what happened? But real quick, in my absence, in the meantime, what happened with Yubel in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community? Well, Sam from Team Sam X1 won a YCS with Yubel, and Yubel won the fucking World Championship. Just look, if you sought my channel by the oldest, 8 months ago, do not play this card in Yubel, it's bad. Oh boy, simpler times. During this time only the first wave of support from Yubel came out, which was Lotus, Nightmare Pain, Spirit, and the rest, like Eternal Favorite maybe was a mainstay also, and the rest of the cards was like a 50-50, some played it, some don't, but a lot of people played Shifter back then, so after a local I thought to myself at home, a lot of people play that card, I do believe it's ass, let's just make a video, and that is literally how TrinityYGO was created. How to play Yubel post Legacy of Destruction, Phantom of Yubel 1-card combo, that's crazy, Yubel-Fiendsmith combo plus explanation, a scary look into the future of the TCG, oh boy I was right. Yubel Academy, the first episode, does anyone remember that still? Search Super Polymerization, Yubel deck profile post Legacy of Destruction, like I was living this shit. I believe during this time I had the most fun like ever in Yu-Gi-Oh! Almost. And it was right before Phantom came out, post Legacy of Destruction, where I also topped a regional full of Snake Eyes with only one loss, and I had the time of my life. And I believe the short time where Phantom came out without Fiendsmith being there, I believe it was also a cool time, but it was so short I almost don't remember that. And then Fiendsmith came out and everything changed. Yes, it is the peak of Yubel, but oh boy, at what cost? Don't get me wrong, I still had fun playing Yubel and I still had fun making those videos, of course, but it was more or less a new toy syndrome, which I didn't had with Yubel since for me it wasn't a new toy anymore. I was living this shit, making videos like weekly, sometimes even daily, like it depended a little bit, but with Fiendsmith, the fun quickly vanished. It just felt so, like, I am not sure how I can explain that. Yubel started to feel generic in the most boring way and worst way possible, which is obnoxious one-card combos that are way too strong. It just wasn't fun anymore playing with the Fiendsmith cards very quickly after its release. And yes, I know, even pre-Fiendsmith Yubel was pretty strong and had a lot of good one-card combos, but the problem I have is that it was manageable, at least way more than it is with Fiendsmith, and the other decks running around during this time where Phantom was released without Fiendsmith, like we literally had Snake Eyes full power, literally. And no, not in the way Master Duel has it, like we literally had during this time basically full power Snake Eyes, like it was crazy, so Yubel didn't seem that bad. And I very much remember other people thinking the same during this time, having Yubel positive in mind, but everything changed after a few weeks after Fiendsmith's release. Yubel transformed itself into another combo pile that just wants to go first and obliterate the opponent by more or less FTKing them, by just having more interruptions on the board than the opponent has cards in hand. It felt like plans and mathmech. I wasn't having it. And trust me bro, it hurts so much to say this. Look at that. I literally grew together with the Yubel deck. If there is someone on the planet that loves that deck, it's me. Trust me bro, trust me. But I gotta be honest with myself, I don't like Yubel anymore. Or better said, I don't like Fiendsmith Yubel. But that alone wasn't the sole reason why I almost quit Yu-Gi-Oh! It was part of the reason because one of the decks I had the most fun during the whole year literally transformed itself into a deck I just couldn't identify myself with anymore just because I didn't like the playstyle of it. No, there's more to it. I don't want to go too much into detail, but during this time, something in my private life changed, which made me not have too much energy for Yu-Gi-Oh! and combine that with the bad tin, the negativity running around in the Yu-Gi-Oh community, Yu-Gi-Oh is dying, Yu-Gi-Oh is dying, where. And then Fuvalos came out, it's still a problem, it's still like $300 for a playset of that, it's crazy. And combine all of those factors together and you basically have a person that just doesn't want to see a Yu-Gi-Oh card during the day. Like, I just wasn't having it, I wasn't feeling Yu-Gi-Oh anymore, and I was this close to just quit completely. I literally was this close. Okay, a lot of yapping, just straight to the point. Why haven't I quit? Well, it's simple. A lot of my friends actively play that game, and the social aspect of the game is something I really miss. And now, I know it sounds corny, but I missed you guys. I know, like, cringe and stuff, but I literally did. During this time where I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh, every time I opened the YouTube app, I felt like it's not good what I do right now. Something is wrong. Like, I'm not sure how to explain that. Do you know that underlying feeling of like what you are doing currently, it's not what you want to do? I had exactly that. So here I am again, playing Yu-Gi-Oh after a break, and I'm having fun again. I can't believe I'm saying that. I'm having fun without Yubel, without my pet deck, without the deck that basically built this channel. And playing that deck makes me lose the fun again. So something needs to change. I still do love the deck from the bottom of my heart. Like, I always loved Yubel, even during this time where it had no support at all. Like, I will always have Yubel in high regards, and I will always be ready to play it here and there, but I just can't focus a whole channel just on Fiendsmith Yubel. It's not possible without going crazy. And I always told myself during all of those videos, I will stop making content the moment I start to lose the fun, because if you are not a content creator yourself, you will get burnt out quite fast. You have to realize those videos, you have to actively spend your free time on that, sit down in front of your computer and create something. It's not like you have an instruction or something, you have to sit there and create it out of nothing basically. And if you do that with stuff you don't like, it's not good for your mental health, trust me. Okay, what will happen with this channel now? Nothing, it will stay exactly where it is right now, and I will from now on continue to make videos again, but not focused on Yubel entirely, also like focused on Malice, Raziel, crossover breakers format, how to get better in that, hand traps, board breaker. I will shift my content from competitive Yubel to competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! I still have plans to livestream the game, I still have plans to attend regionals, YCS, even though I'm European, so YCS is a tough topic to talk about. So there is quite literally a lot to do. I will more or less do the same type of content, just not focused on Yubel anymore and more generic. And again, for clarification, I do not hate Yubel. I still love Yubel as an archetype, it's still my favorite archetype / monster. I just do not like the way it's played currently. What that means is, if you have specific questions, or maybe you even still play Yubel, maybe even the pure version, feel free to ask them or talk to me about Yubel. I will happily talk about Yubel with you, and maybe even in the future make some videos if something changes. For example, a new Fiend Link 4 is announced, so there is a lot of Yubel in the future potentially. I am very excited for the future, and more importantly, I'm motivated to play again and have fun doing so. But until then, farewell, my eternal favorite.